Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Breath of the Wild any percent tournament 2021 round 2 match versus Harmjan versus Daniel. On commentary, we have Ariel versus Ariel Fabulous and Store Wide Boss. Say hello, you two.
Yeah, actually, me and Starwhite are competing in our commentary today. We're going to be competing who can say the most words. That's what's going to happen. Hi, everyone. I'm Ariel.
Hello.
And we're going to be providing interesting color commentary as well as interesting tidbits and facts and just general, narration for this wonderful and really interesting matchup, actually, that we have today.
Yeah, I think today's going to be really interesting. I don't know much about Daniel as a runner because he does offline things. But just from what I've seen from him, he is pretty good. Harmjan is, he's got a pretty good time too, pretty respectable. I think his PB is a 28, and Daniel's not too far behind with like a mid to low 29. So
yeah,
I think it's going to be very interesting with pretty even.
Yeah, so this will be pretty close. Again, Harmjan is a man of mystery. I have interacted with him on many occasions, but I have never heard the man speak. He's truly a man of mystery, and it's good. We like him. He's also one of the restreamers for this tournament, so we have a lot of respect for all the work that he does.
Yes.
And Daniel as well. He is a runner who last year did not do very well in this particular tournament, but has come back and really blew everybody away at the qualifiers, actually, with some really, really great times. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen. So we have counted off this, our runners, and the race has begun.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that we're off. This whole cutscene is like a minute, so there's a little bit of a difference with race time. There's like a minute 7 difference. You rate on the race, it's just like a normal Zelda game where you start timer on the new game, but when we do actual runs, we time it when the first frame you have the ability to move Link. So
yeah, it's RTA.
There's a little bit of a time.
Real-time attack.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a fancy word, I know, for basically we for leaderboards start timing when once you have control of Link, but the race time is from when you start the new game.
Yeah.
So we begin, and we have our players picking up Sheikah's slate, which you have to do. If this is a long and slow cutscene, but if you do not do this, you can't do anything. So
yeah. And one of the first things that Sheikah's slate allows you to do is have the scope, and the scope is pretty interesting. It basically like shoves you back to kind of create this illusion of going in first person really quickly, so in like one frame, so it can go right through collision detection. So if you can clip with it through walls, so which is the first thing we're going to do.
This is called SOR clips, Strain of Resurrection clip, and our runners have Daniel had a really quick clip. And
Daniel is really fast there. This is a very precise trick. This is very, very precise. So
and it's also a little RNG. You have to get in the exact right position, and
you'll never be. It's not like perfectly consistent. You're always going to be a little bit do something different each time. So it can vary whether you clip.
Looks like both our runners are going for pot lid, which I think is a very, a reasonable and smart strat to go with. The faster route that most top level runners go with is Boko Shields, which is they'll run in a different direction, but it's a little bit riskier because you have to fight 2 Bokos for equipment, and that can go wrong. That has more chances to go wrong, and if you get hit, you're kind of done. You only have 3 hearts.
And the way it's routed, you end off with only half a heart by the time we get to our first shrine, Stasis. And Boko Shield also, you cannot grab any backup food. Pot lid, you can grab backup food pretty early on.
Which is good, which is smart, especially for racing when where resetting isn't really an option.
Yeah. So it looks like both our runners grabbed the same backup food, just 3 mushrooms. And Daniel's coming on to Boko's. They
Up to Boko Camp. Yep.
Yeah, their behavior is a little RNG. There's some ways to manipulate it, but sometimes they can just say no.
Yeah.
But it looks
Daniel
like
putting
Daniel got good RNG.
Yeah, Daniel putting his camera in overhead there was part of the manipulation of the Boko behavior. As far as I understand it, anyway.
Yes, this game is pretty forgiving. That if your camera's kind of faced away from enemies, they have to spot you. They won't really spot you because if they could, then you could just get shot like in the back of the head when you're running past a Boko camp or something like that.
Yeah, I think there's an exception for certain higher level enemies, but for most lower level enemies, that's the case. So Daniel has clipped into Stasis Shrine very quickly. Wow, we just missed that entirely. Apologies.
Yeah.
You're using a shield clip, getting skew off of the side of the shrine, and clipping through the wall onto the already loaded elevator.
Mm-hmm.
I
didn't see if Daniel went for snow skew. I think he went for shrine skew, but I don't remember. But yeah.
Both work.
Both work. There's 2 different skew spots. It's up in the air depending on what runners use, but both work. One is just a little bit more precise. No skew seems to be a little more lenient from if you do it right. Sometimes it just won't work, either from double bonking or because you accidentally got skew earlier and all
you've never re-ski
crazy. Those shenanigans. You're like, oh darn. But from my knowledge, you can get skew from the shrine.
No!
Oh no!
Oh no!
That's up there is called Swiffy Jump.
Oh no! So that's what as I heard, called gamer hop. That is the gamer hop because only good gamers can hop like that.
Yes.
And
oh wow!
Daniel very quickly saved himself because falling like that in a shrine costs you a heart of health, and he only had half a heart, so he would have gotten a game over. But he used some of his backup food before he fell, just to make sure that he wouldn't die in the shrine.
Yeah.
Because game over is a lot of lost time. That was a very good catch, very good save. And now they're basically tied. So even though Daniel had a better SRR clip and was a little bit ahead, he's lost a little bit of time due to the falling, and now Harmjan and Daniel are basically, they're neck and neck right now. We are sync, indeed. Yes, Pit of Blood.
Yes. So yeah, that's just kind of just shows like how the run really is. Daniel had better movement, better SOR clip, but just like a single mistake forcing him to, either reload or he didn't reload. He just had to void out. It can tie you right back up. So
and this is a very unforgiving run the whole way through.
Oh yes. It's not like Mario where you miss a jump, you lose like 5 seconds. It's like you miss a trick, you lose 25.
Yeah,
so,
every little thing you can miss costs a lot of time.
Yeah, and only
and some things more than others.
Half an hour speed run, it can cost a lot. So here our runners are both scanning amiibos. Let's hope they get. Looks like Daniel got good fish.
Yeah, so we're hoping for mighty porgies and mighty carps, maybe in 2 or less amiibos, getting enough to and maybe a couple backups for attack up food for the final boss rush. It is necessary because the weapon routing is very tight, and if you don't triple attack up, it does not work.
Yes. So Daniel got it in 2 amiibos, but Harmjan needed a 3rd.
Unfortunately, yeah, RNG be mean like that sometimes. So I've also seen some runners pick up hardy fish to cook as backups to have a couple extra yellow hearts for the final boss rush as well. But I don't think either of these runners picked anything like that up.
No, and it looks like the Boko's noticed Harmjan. The Bokos, their hitbox changes depending on just little things like walking. Their hitbox is completely linked to it. So even something where the Boko turned around completely messes up his hitbox that we're trying to bounce off of.
Yeah. So Harmjan has to reload, and he's going to lose a little bit of time to that. Not the worst thing that could happen, considering that there's plenty of run left. There's plenty of other shit that can happen.
Yes.
You'll pardon my language here.
This run is not over until it is over.
Yeah, especially with the next few BTBs coming up that are very unforgiving, so we'll see. Looks like Harmjan is able to get a good BTB. He was able to execute the fall damage cancel. Because when you're on plateau before you get the paraglider, you can't catch yourself in the air whenever you fall. So if you we have to use something called the fall damage cancel to make sure that Link doesn't die before he falls.
Yep. And then Daniel here doing cryo skip.
Ooh! Almost got it. Almost had it.
Almost had it. Right there.
Almost had it. Yeah. Yeah. Star White. He failed it because you said something.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah.
But yeah, that only loses like 7 seconds, but it can save time too.
Yeah, I think he's in good shape anyway. But then again, we'll see if Daniel has to reload because he gets a bad Magnesis BTB. They might be back at the same place.
Yep. Mag BTB here is a very precise BTB. The timing changes depending on how you set it up. So every runner seems like there's just so many setups for this. Mm-hmm. So and all of that changes the timing for bullet time. The arrow shot is very precise, and if you mess up anything, it can mess up the whole BTB angle. But it looks like he got a good angle.
Yeah, and there are generally 2 angles that are within the good angle for getting to the BTB. There's an angle that puts you in the middle of the forest, and there's an angle that gets you closer to the shrine.
Yes.
Everyone hopes for the shrine that puts you closer. Okay.
Yes. Okay. That there was something very subtle that he did. So he did
that slate storage.
Slate storage. So if you're up or down a hill and you do a sprint attack with the axe, you can press minus shortly after you attack, and it will make the game think that you're pulling out the map without actually pulling out the map, and it basically stores the animation that Link has when he first pulls out the slate. That you saw when you pull out the scope for the first time.
Yeah, and you can only get that the first time, and if you open the menu, it undoes it. So.
Yeah, a side effect of that.
It's an easier fall damage cancel, basically.
Yeah,
it's more forgiving. It's more forgiving.
Yeah, you can't take fall damage during, that animation, and it can play in the air. You'll just fall straight to the ground, and it's just easier because if you get a really low angle, it can become impossible to do a regular fall damage cancel.
So Harmjan has gotten the forest angle. A way to recover from this is doing a tree launch, but I think he landed reasonably close to the shrine, so we're just going to do a little clown sprinting.
Yeah, that was not a bad. Oh, going in the water, taking a bath.
I was watching down, and I'm like, yes, that's what I do when I do this shrine. It usually happens to me. Is I am in the water.
But yeah, Harmjan got a good forest angle. You could go all the way back, and then by the trees, you can do a tree launch. But he was right at the edge of forest, so just running is fine.
Yeah. So now Daniel is almost a full shrine ahead. Harmjan entering Magnesis and Daniel leaving Magnesis.
Yep. Magnesis is not. It's used pretty much casual strats. Except for infinite mass, which I forgot about that glitch. I kind of forgot it was a glitch.
I'll tell you this right now that as someone who spent some time learning bug limit plateau, it's not casual strats. It's very precise, specific strats that it looks like casual strats.
It looks like it.
It looks like casual strats. I will say that the infinite mass thing was something that I had to ask a couple people out, being like, "What is this? And why isn't this working?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, that thing that was discovered so early on that we don't even think about it anymore." It's like, oh, okay, fine. Yeah, so yeah, if you don't have that exact camera angling right up against it, it won't work. And I was like, oh, well, that's why it doesn't. Daniel doing box walk and the BTB over to bombs.
Very clean.
Very nice.
Landing
Very
in
nice.
the
Very
box.
clean.
And
yes.
Good skew from what I saw. I just figured out that skew finally.
Oh, good. Well, congratulations.
I was watching P5 and I was like, he jumps in a different spot than like everyone else does. But he also clips pretty fast, so I'll try it. And then I tried it, and Daniel used that spot, which is why it recognized it.
Oh, excellent. That's very good.
One of the little things.
So Harm is opting for it's not the slate, is it? The words? Slab. So close. The slab, which is a little bit slower, but I think no shame in using it. It's a little bit more consistent. Because box walk is it's its own little.
That was very smart. That was really smart.
That was very, very smart.
Oh no, okay, you still got it.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Daniel trying to get the gamer win bomb.
Oh my.
Almost had it.
That was really close.
Daniel hopped onto the pegs to try and get the win bomb to get all the way to the end of the shrine. Unfortunately, he was just a little close, a little off. But honestly, no harm. He got over there and he didn't die, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, and Harmjan, that was really smart because his slab kind of blocked the way for the Boko that he wants to BTB off of.
Yeah, that would have been a bad thing. That would have been bad.
Yeah, but throwing it out of the way real quick, and the Boko did not. If he like does that animation there, sometimes you cannot bounce off of him. But it looked like he was frames away from not being able to bounce, but he was still able to, and he got in there.
Yeah, ADN says a gamer for trying to Daniel, which, yes, absolutely, gamer for trying.
Oh yeah, gamer for definitely attempting that. He's so really close too.
Daniel is getting the last old man little cutscene thing before making his way to the Temple of Time. Which he will be wind bombing just right there. Okay, yeah. And because the ground that he is landing on is higher than where he started, you don't have to fall damage cancel because the game doesn't think that you fell.
Yeah.
And doing tree launch up to Temple of Time, which is a very precise trick. These guys make it look easy, but it is not. Because he has to pick up that arrow because he needs it.
Yes. You need the arrow. The arrow routing in this route is very difficult, and he's good.
Okay, yeah. Harmjan also getting through bombs. I confess I was not watching Harmjan's through bombs, but considering how quickly he did it, I think he was fine.
Yeah, he did normal wind bomb and landed on the higher platform.
All right. Nice. Okay.
Which is a little safer.
Yeah.
You won't die from it, but it is a tiny bit slower. Daniel's finishing paraglider.
Which
yep.
I think is probably about a 15-minute plat, which is very good. Very good.
Yeah, that's like a 15:30, somewhat around there. So that's very good for a race. Yeah. So
I think sorry, go ahead.
I think just Daniel right now is doing Castle BTB. Yep.
Yeah, he's setting up the Castle BTB. Again, very precise, frame perfect.
Yes. And he gets it.
Very nice. Oh, excellent. Again, this is a BTB that there's no shame in reloading on, like the Magnesis BTB. Like, if you don't get it, then just it's fine.
The game got a really high angle from the bombs, and he just decided to reload. The reason why we can't fall damage cancel that is because we are in Ragdoll, and you cannot do anything in Ragdoll other than just fly through the air. So that's why we don't use wind bombs a whole lot. And that's why bombs also last. And he got another high angle, but he's going to take it. Try to force a lag stop and eat food just to take the fall damage. But it's not enough.
No!
It's not enough. From that height, You can force Ragdoll to stop by attempting to lag the game, which is what he did, and Daniel getting loaded gate.
No, not the loaded gate. So usually if you get there fast enough, the gate won't be loaded, but it's entirely RNG. He's going to clip through the wall, hopefully.
Yeah, you have to ESC there, which is like 2 frame perfect inputs. He got it the first time, but lag from castle just caused him to not work, so he had to go for it again, but gets it the second time, and he gets the cutscene.
A little early.
Yeah.
But yeah, whether the gate loads or not is entirely RNG. It's whatever loads when it loads. The game is like, yes, we'll load things in a random order just to make you crazy.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Good tree launch. I was similar to Daniel's there, but Harmjan is doing really good at quick thinking.
Yes.
With the Boko, and he didn't have enough hits, so he very quickly got the last hit so that the stasis could have enough momentum to reach the top of the Templo time.
Yeah, Nicholas in chat, Harmjan is having really bad luck. I would agree that Harmjan is not having good luck.
He's not having good luck with all the Bokos.
But he's been able to save himself on many occasions, so I think he's doing rather well.
He has been doing really good at compensating for it.
Exactly. So Daniel picking up the first 3 of 6 ancient arrows. The recent rerouting of the castle route removed a lot of the arrow RNG from hitting boxes and instead relies on picking up a certain amount of ancient arrows that will be used in the final Ganon fight. Right now, Daniel is cooking his tag up food, and Harmjan has gotten Castle BTB.
Yeah, Harmjan still does a strat that I think he's the only person who still does, at least I see, and it's like OT style, like climbing up on the wall, doing this amount of backflips. I think it's just really cool, but he's very consistent at it. It may look like it loses time, but doing that for consistency is a solid trade-off, in my opinion.
So Daniel has clipped into the out of bounds in castle and is wind bombing in the out of bounds of castle, which makes me nervous because it's terrifying. There is no backup for that.
Oh yeah. But he's
like
good.
The mob he's about to try and steal a weapon from is not loading in properly. Oh, there he is. Oh no, there he is.
Yeah, it took a while to load in.
There we go.
Yeah, as soon as he's attracted to the bomb, he won't notice you from sound.
Yeah, grabbing Royal Guard's bow, which is very high damage but not great durability, but it does what we needed to do.
And
Harmjan has had no trouble getting into the guard's chamber and is about to begin his castle route.
Yeah, and he had unloaded gate. So
he did have unloaded
clip, and
well, that's good.
Daniel
that's good.
It was a little unfortunate there with that wind bomb there. That last wind bomb is pretty tricky to do. It's hard to learn, and if your timing is off, you can just hit the side, which is what happened. Unfortunate, but Harmjan is having Lizalfos shenanigans.
Oh yeah, because he ran out of stamina, and which meant that he couldn't sprint past the Lizalfos, so it noticed him, and he had to use up one of his arrows to stun it and get rid of it.
Okay.
Oh no!
That's an interesting strat. Yeah, the other Lizalfos noticed him as well, just because.
Daniel's setting up a Windblight skip.
Saving.
And setting up Windblight skip. Which is necessary because we don't pick enough weapons to actually defeat Windblight. So
good autosave for Harmjan. He lost no progress there.
Yeah, perfect. Sometimes the autosaves actually get you good. Sometimes.
Yeah, and Harmjan also grabbed a Razor Shroom from a box because amiibos sometimes you just can't get enough fish, so that Razor Shroom is a good backup in case you just don't get enough.
And the box that he...
Yeah, and Daniel
reloading...
making sure to take his time. Wait, I think he did reload when... Blight?
Blights. I think he must have reloaded.
Oh no, I don't think he reloaded Wind Blights. I think he reloaded for the Wind Bomb. He had to reload for the Wind Bomb. So when you reload for the Wind Bomb and you have DLC, all of the EX side quests go off. So I think that was blocking his vision for Wind Blight skip.
Oh no!
It's just up there. It's really annoying if you're trying to do a trick and there's just these banners flying.
It's like, damn, I can't see where I'm looking yet. So Daniel has successfully gotten Wind Blight skip, and he is starting off with Water Blight Ganon.
Mm-hmm.
And Harmjan is again picking up those last few weapons.
Yeah, he's actually down an arrow, so that's not too big of a deal. If you grab, well, is he down an arrow? I thought he was, but
I thought he had to use an extra.
Yeah, I thought he would
deal with the Lozalfus, but hopefully he'll be all right. Because again, the weapon riding, the new castle route is very innovative because it decreases the amount of RNG in what you pick up, but it also, the weapon riding is very tight, and if you don't do your hits right, if you have one less arrow or you don't hit the right amount of hits for specific weapons in specific places, you could be screwed.
Yeah, I didn't know if he grabbed any different arrows, but normally if you lose one arrow, then you can grab an elemental arrow from a pot, but he didn't. He opted not to do that, which is very risky, to be honest, because your arrow from Wind Blight skip can do one of two things. It can either fall down into a nice area and you could just pick it up again, or it will like land up on the stairs and you have to run all the way around, and it's just not worth it. Most of the time, it lands on the bottom, and
it's just like it's not a
you
good
can just reuse it.
Yeah.
But he's gonna have to reuse it because he did not grab any backup arrows, from my knowledge.
Yeah. So this boss rush these boss rushes are very much coordinated and choreographed with specific weapons for certain kinds of hits, but does also rely on a little bit of RNG of where the bosses teleport to. So if you get good RNG, it's a little easier. Sometimes it's a little easier. All right, Daniel starting Thunderblight.
And
looks like it's going well.
Man has enough. He's using the Royal Guard Claymore for 3 hits there. I've never seen that routing. Oh no, okay, that's actually really smart. Harmjan went for 6 Ancient Arrows, and when you do 6 Ancient Arrows in Calamity, you, right at the end you do like hits with the Royal Guard Claymore, but it doesn't break. Unlike 3 Ancient Arrow, which Daniel's doing, you use everything. It breaks. Those 3 extra Ancient Arrows, you still have durability on your Royal Guard Claymore. So I think Harmjan has rerouted Blights, so he uses up the durability in Blights.
Alright, interesting. No, that makes sense, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, circle really about these. Yeah, circle about this. These any percent in Breath of the Wild is one of the shorter speedruns in Breath of the Wild. Interestingly enough.
Oh yeah.
Most of the other mainboard categories are hour and a half plus. Some of them are multiple hours, like all shrines and whatnot. But the any percent run is very quick because the developers were like, you can go to Ganon whenever you want. You won't necessarily, it'll be hard, but you can go to Ganon whenever you want.
Yeah. Looks like Daniel is on Calamity right now.
Yep.
In first phase. Oh, that was, I think, Thunderblight charged Harmjan immediately. But he was able to break the shield, at least I think. Maybe I saw it out of the corner of my eye and it looked like he charged him immediately, which is possible. Very rare, but it's possible. And Calamity going to the wall, I think he's going to use...
With Daniel,
Ancient Arrow to get it down. It's not a headshot, though, so he's going to have to do something extra to compensate.
Right. Yeah.
And he goes on wall again.
Yeah. So one of the ways to get with Calamity off of the wall is to shoot bomb arrows at him. But if you do not have enough bomb arrows, it does not help you. But Daniel very narrowly avoiding the blue spear of death, which, because the timing is very weird, can be very bad. Yeah, Daniel's not having a good a good
and
Ganon
then
fight.
he got the electric spikes.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
You cannot parry. You can't get him down from the wall, so you just have to run.
Yeah.
And Harmjan is starting up Ganon. A little bit of a different route. You just unload the arrows immediately.
Yeah.
Instant laser by Ganons. That's good RNG in second phase. Sometimes Ganon can just go straight to the wall if you don't have a perfect phase 1.
He's not in second phase yet, though. I don't think.
Yeah. Daniel is, right?
Daniel is? He is?
Yeah.
Am I just... Okay, he is. You're up. Hold on. No, you're right. It is second phase.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I completely lost my train of thought.
I apologize. I'm missing you up now. Okay, all right.
It's a little different. He's doing the 3 ancient arrows here. Yeah, you still got bomb arrows to unload, but basically there he just changed it so his claymore will break and use up all the bomb arrows. So he uses all of his ancient arrows, all his bomb arrows, everything. And Daniel's done already. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Daniel is done. Daniel is done. It is at this point, once you beat Ganon and you enter the Dark Beast fight, even if you die in Dark Beast, you will not have to redo Blights and you will not have to redo Ganon if you die in Dark Beast. So usually from this point forward, usually pretty much everything looks pretty good from here on out. You can still always die to Dark Beast, but it's most of the runners at this, especially at this caliber, they know what they're doing for Dark Beast. It's usually about 3.5 minutes.
Dark Beast is target practice for next time.
Exactly. And we get to look at some very funny horse tail animations.
Yeah. So Harmjan had pretty good, clean first phase. Second phase, Ganon went like straight to the wall, so he had to parry that. When he started up his stun lock, his last hit Ganon's shield, and so did that one too. That was really weird.
What happened?
That one didn't hit it. That one.
We just lost Harmjan's stream.
Yeah.
Harmjan has forfeited the race.
Yeah. When he started up the stun lock, he's getting a lot of hits. And when he slams, the first time he slammed like a little late. And he hit Clam's shield because it went up before he could do the slam, which causes him to stun again. So Clam didn't get stunned. He just went straight into it. So he had to run away, get another parry. And once he did, he tried starting up Stunlock again, but the same thing happened where Clam's shield showed up, but like right before he was going to do the slam. And he didn't get stunned because of it and just slammed instantly, which killed him.
Yeah, which is, I mean, I understand.
Wow.
I understand that he was a little bit. Even though Daniel has not finished his run yet, if he had to redo Blades, there was no way he was going to be able to come.
Yeah. I was gonna say, GG to Harm though. That was
GG's to Harm,
really good race.
Harm, that was a great.
Honest, that was a great race.
Yeah, Harm, that was a great run. There was a lot of not nice RNG and not nice luck, but you were able to really go get through a lot of it. Recover from a lot of it. So it's understandable, and GG's.
Yeah.
Daniel about to make the final shot on Dark Beast Ganon, and
yep.
Here we go.
Yep.
GG.
GG Daniel.
Yeah, Harm. I don't think Harm is going to come in for an interview. It's not as a man of mystery, he cannot show us reveal himself to us.
Yeah, I'd be furious if I had to run like that.
Yeah, and I honestly, that's totally fair. That's totally fair.
So I completely
but that's rough. That's rough.
GG to both of y'all. GG Daniel. That's a
and Daniel
30.
It's a 30
something.
30xx at least.
Oh, neither runners will be joining for an interview. Okay.
That's totally fine.
That's
I think
fine.
Yeah, Daniel did not. I would not say Daniel had a flawless run, but definitely was very good showing. Very good showing. Good time. Very good movement. I don't think there was any really major mistakes in Daniel's run, if I remember correctly. I think he had he had to reload. What was it? Oh no, yeah, he died in stasis. Yeah, he fell into the he avoided out in stasis.
Oh yeah, so yeah,
I think that was the worst thing that happened to him.
Yeah, the Suki jump, and you had to reload for the last wind bomb in this to castle, and that's really the only big mistakes I can think of. So Daniel played that really well. That was very clean, being a 30. That's solid.
Absolutely.
And
Daniel, with winning, we do not know whom he will be playing. Maybe playing you actually.
no,
Although
well,
we'll see. We'll see. Store wide as we.
I could, but yeah, Daniel moves up. He's going to be
Playing either you or Wokai Song.
Facing, yeah, either me or Volhaik Song. The runner of that race is what he will.
And Harmjan will be going into our losers bracket. This is a double elimination tournament, so if you lose one of your races, you go to the losers bracket, and you still have a chance to win it all.
Yes,
so Harmjan says this is his first loss. He will be going into the losers bracket, and he'll be playing whoever wins Stompy or Bings, I think.
Yep. He'll either do face Stompy or Bings.
All right.
So yeah,
I think that's it for us. Please hold on, stay with us for a little while. I don't think stay with us because I don't think they're gonna keep the stream going. But we have another match at 7 p.m., which is remind me who's 7 p.m.'s match.
I think. Hold on.
It is. Wait, I have it up.
It's Dunificent versus Sparkles 98.
Sprinkles.
Actually,
I don't think he would mind calling.
I was gonna say
Sprinkles.
I don't think he would mind.
Job.
I'm good at butchering everyone's name, so
no worries. At 7 p.m., Sprinkles and Dunificent will be facing off. They're in the losers bracket, but they can still come back. And then I believe at 1 a.m. There will be Search Pierre versus Crazy AZ, which will also be restreamed, but that's a little while from now. Thanks everyone for coming, and tune in not too long. Go get a snack, go stretch, and come back.
And thank you very much, Ariel and Store, for commentating this match.
Of course.
And good luck to your future matches.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good luck to Storewide. Good luck to you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, GG to Harmjan, Daniel. Both displayed very good runs. Harmjan had some big brain plays and compensated for it very well during that whole showcase. And then thank you, Ariel, for coming with me. And thank you, Cemetery, for restreaming.
Yeah, thank you so much, Cemetery.
And I'm good.
All right. Thanks so much.